Hello everyone, welcome to my live stream. I didn't get to do a live stream yesterday for the daily portrait practice because I was exporting videos which are for a tutorial which is going to be available next year, and I can't tell you much about it yet, but my entire computer was busy doing that, so I wasn't able to get online. I was just sitting here looking at my computer, just watching, thinking, okay, I can't do anything else while this is exporting and uploading. But I'm here with you now. And if you are signed up to Let's Face It 2025, I would love you to come and sketch with me in Zoom this evening. In 2.5 hours, I'll be hosting a Let's Face It live session where we'll be focusing on exploring values, which has been my theme of the month here as well. And also in my Patreon tutorial, which you can join my Patreon and get access to the tutorial and work along with me. And we're about to do this sketch now. I'm thinking it'll be about 15 minutes. Elizabeth says, you just saw me on Insta. I saw you there too. And I started talking and you missed the start. I'm just talking now. And we're about to start now. Hello, Kitty. So I just want to tell you a little bit about today's muse. This reference is from a very excellent Instagram account called History Cool Kids. And this is Oda Nobuyoshi, who was a dentist from Japan during the Meiji era, 1868 to 1912, and was apparently a retainer of a famous ninja clan, the Iga clan. Whatever that means. So this photo was taken in 1880 when this dentist was 20 years old. Oda Nobuyoshi, we are about to draw you. Thank you for being photographed. Thank you to everyone who's here watching the live stream or watching the replay. It's fun hanging out and drawing together. And I'm going to start sketching because I have a moment now. And I'm home alone, so I'm sneakily just squeezing in this live stream right now. So let's sketch, shall we? It's nice to have you here. Oh, there's my beard cam. Over the shoulder, beard camera view. Wait a minute. Okay, like that. Let's do it. So I'll put a timer on. I'll try and go for 10 minutes and maybe go 15. But hi Nana, hello, so nice to have you here. Kitty, I think I said hello to. Anyone else who's here live, please say hello. I'm so happy that you're able to jump on here so spontaneously and happy to catch up with this stream. I shared a great reference yesterday, even though I didn't get to live stream. And everyone who's on my Discord server, there is a link in the description, will have access to that reference in the daily reference chat. So let's start sketching now. I will put a timer on and get right into it. And I would love you to say hello, say things. Elizabeth, Kitty, and Nana, you could each ask me a thing and I could answer it in our time together, the next 15 minutes or so. I'll put 5 minutes on first and then see where I'm at in 5 minutes time. Yeah, so it has been, for me, it's been a week of tech challenges, which has been interesting. Not enjoyable, but interesting, and hopefully I've learned some things. Okay, 5 minutes. Let's do it. I really like this image. This Instagram account, History Cool Kids, is cool. What have people been up to today? What will you be up to today? Yeah, and those, I think I just mentioned it, but I often say things again and again, and I know I said it on Instagram that I did say this. If you're part of Let's Face It 2025, I'm hosting a live session at 9 German time, which is in 2.5 hours, and I would love you to join. It's super fun. And I get the feeling that a lot of people are out in the Northern Hemisphere enjoying summer. And I know that last month for the Let's Face It thing, I had to postpone it. And instead of Saturday, I was live on Sunday. And I think a lot of people were like waiting on Saturday, and then I wasn't there, but I was there on Sunday. So we had a very cozy, intimate and wonderful Zoom session which was still great. And any of you who are part of the Let's Face It year-long portraiture class, you can still watch the replay to last month's live session and all of the live sessions that we've shared together. They have been really cool. I'm really liking the hair here right now. Has anyone asked any questions? Oh yes, Elizabeth, thank you. Please help me by giving a thumbs up to this video. That would be so good. Thank you for saying that, yes. It's a very easy thing to do, and apparently it's good for the potential growth of my channel. A very easy thing, just tapping that thumbs up button, because then it sends a message to YouTube that people are watching this and they like it. And leaving comments is also good, because like people watching this and they like it and they're saying things, and then apparently the likelihood that my videos will be shown to people who are not yet followers increases if YouTube recognizes that people enjoy and interact with my content. So that's what the thumbs up button can do. That is a low effort and free way to support any content creator that you appreciate, is just by sending a sign of appreciation. Yeah, that's how it works. Like these different forms of engagement, liking, commenting, subscribing, saving, rewatching, watching to the end. Sometimes there's some people who I love who have YouTube channels, and I also wish to support their channel and growth. And sometimes, even if I don't have the time to watch, I just let the video play. Shh. Don't tell them that though. But sometimes I do watch, or sometimes I listen. I like to listen to things as I'm sketching, because it's so great what these people who I love are doing. And that's just an easy way to, I think, to help. I don't know how much of an impact it has, but every little bit counts. And genuine engagement and appreciation is deeply appreciated and valued. And I'm glad that so many of you like these so much. And I also miss it when I don't get to live stream, even though, as I've mentioned, there's been a lot going on and I've had some challenges and stuff. But every day, even when I don't stream, I'm like, oh, am I going to be able to stream today? I would really like to. I wonder if I can squeeze it in somewhere. But even if I don't stream, you can still get the reference. You can still draw along in the daily practice on the Discord server. You can always grab the reference. And I love seeing people's work, even when I'm not streaming. I'm like, oh, those people are still doing the daily practice. It's so good. All right, this is nearly 5 minutes and no portrait yet. I heard from a portrait artist who I just kind of encountered and met on Instagram yesterday that there's a thing going around, apparently a portraiture trend in Britain at the moment, which is faceless portraits, where it's like everything but the face gets drawn. And this could almost perhaps qualify as a faceless portrait at the moment. It's an interesting thing. And I looked it up on Instagram. I didn't find a lot of posts, but found a few people who are making faceless portraits. And I've just spent a bit of time today wondering, what does that mean? What does that kind of signify to leave? I guess it's easier to leave the facial features out. So that was the first 5 minutes. That timer just went bing. But yeah, faceless portrait. So this person, I can have a look in a moment and see what their Instagram is called, because they're doing like really cool, really brief sketches, and they are an event sketcher. And I have sketched some events and I would love to sketch more. So when I see people doing it, I'm like, oh, so cool. I love it's a bit like this here. Like I've got a time limit and I've got to sketch, got to do something, got to make something. But then it's the social element of creating these things and then giving them as gifts to the attendees of these events is really so nice. something I would like to do a lot more of. Just putting that out there. Any of you organising, hosting events, or connected with anyone hosting events who would like to employ my services as an event sketcher, let me know. Because at the event sketching that I've done in the past, I was just so energized by it. Just like non-stop, 8 hours of portrait sketching. And then I came home and hosted a 2-hour Zoom portrait sketch session. I just couldn't get enough. I was buzzing on that day. Greece, a month ago, invited me. He's a friend, an artist from Germany, invited me to his Greece Zoom, which is a monthly Zoom session that he hosts, which is a really cool format that he's come up with. He wrote all of these interview questions for me. Did anyone ask me any questions? Kitty joined Patreon and loves it. I'm glad that you're loving it, Kitty. Oh, Elizabeth, yes. When am I going to give you a drawing critique? I am busy and you are patient and I will answer. I've looked at it and I thought of a few things that I would like to say. So it's percolating and I will be responding. And my apologies, it's taken a while, but I have things to say and I will be giving you feedback for sure. Thank you for reminding me. Just time has been full. Somehow there's this thing in German, they call it the Sommerloch, the summer hole, and where people kind of like, there's less going on in summer, and I talk to people and they're like, oh, and they seem so chilled that it's summer and it's almost school holiday time, and I'm just like, I've got to get all this done. I have things to do before the kids are home every day. It's much harder. You know, I like to be here for them, which is what I love about what I do, and I'm very flexible and can be here for them. But it's also, it's not real easy to get stuff done when they're here. But yes, I will. Thank you for reminding me, before the Wednesday, I will respond to your feedback and critique request. I'm giving myself a timeline now. Thank you for reminding me. Sometimes I just need reminding. So what does it mean to be a retainer for a ninja clan, I wonder? And what is it to be a dentist in the 1800s? This is a very cool photo. I will give you honest feedback, totally, Elizabeth. That's what it's all about. And the piece you're talking about, I could tell you just a couple of things at the moment. There is a certain inaccuracy to the drawing, but it has this beautiful dynamic quality, and there's like this life in the drawing which I really like. So I would preface it by saying it looks cool. How it is, it looks cool. If we're talking about accuracy and about the way things are placed and stuff, proportion-wise, there's a few things that I kind of spotted there, which I'll talk about. And also something that I like to try and honor and represent in my sketches is when I draw people, and this is something that it's been a process of kind of figuring out, that when I draw people with darker skin tones, I like to kind of express that as well. And that's something I've really enjoyed with this ink wash technique, is that with the ink I'm using, I can grab some of the ink and just kind of give it some value other than the brightness of the paper. And that is something where I would say that could still be done. but I also understand the process of like first trying to figure out, okay, where do the facial features go? Where is that? How do I put that in relation? And I've also been there and like just trying to figure out where to put things. And then at some point I was like, oh, it'd be nice to really express more of that original, like the values within the image. And even the peace of mind that I did, I feel like I want to go back to it and kind of add more value, because as I progressed, and then I put like a background wash in, and that made the skin look brighter again, but I would like the skin to look darker, and yeah, those are a couple of things, and I can articulate that in written form. But here, just a spoken feedback, that's probably helpful as well. But yeah, I will write that at some point. And I think there were a couple of things where I was like, oh, if that was a bit like that and that was like that, that would look a bit closer to the original. But that being said, I also love that kind of the inaccuracy and the slightly distorted quality of it. Like there's something wonderful about that kind of drawing, and I think it's really great to enjoy the process. It's so good to get the likeness right and to be accurate. Like I enjoy it, but sometimes some of the inaccuracies that we kind of maybe unintentionally bring into the work, they can really add a life to it, which if it was spot on, accurate and correct, that could be nice, but sometimes there's a stiffness to it. And when there's something that I really often honestly appreciate about things where the likeness is a bit off. It's like, there's this kind of, you can see the explorative quality of like trying it out, trying to put stuff in the right place, and then it becomes a process of refining, realizing, okay, how are the eyes in alignment? What's the space between the nose and the mouth? Like these are these things that we fine tune as we keep practicing and keep drawing. But that I feel like sometimes the inaccuracy is really super fun. Not always. Sometimes I remember drawing stuff and being like, oh, it's too far off. It's like sometimes you have that feeling of discontent, but that can be the drive to help you be like, okay, next time I'm going to look before I make that mark and really put an effort to put things where I see them. So I'm happy to be totally honest in my critique and loving, because that's what it's all about. Just to be like, I remember doing so many pieces where I just looked at it for so long and redrew it, and it's like, I cannot see why this doesn't look like I want it to look. What is it that I'm not seeing? What am I not understanding? I keep redoing it and it keeps not making me feel good. And so having someone who can then be like, oh, maybe it's that thing. And then you're like, it is that thing. And I just couldn't see it. So I feel like that's the potential benefit and great thing about offering and receiving critique, is that you can see things through someone else's eyes. Hi, Lydia. I mentioned a Patreon link that's cheaper because for me with taxes, by the way, I get that $18 a month. I set it to $10 a month. Do not sign up in the Apple app on your phone. Because they add so much. Like Apple then adds a third or something, some large amount to it, and it actually costs more if you sign up through the Patreon app. But if you go to the Patreon website, then you and I don't earn any more if it costs you more. It's like Apple just gives themselves money for the honor of using the app. So that's the thing. But there is a cheaper tier. So there's a $5 tier, which is called Coffee. And I can buy a bag of coffee beans, fair trade, organic coffee beans, which I enjoy drinking. The house always smells so good with that coffee. That's about the price of a bag of coffee for me. And with that, it supports me, and you get access to an archive. That was 15 minutes, by the way, a timer just went off. You get access to my archive of high resolution photos, which I've uploaded for my Patreon supporters to have a look at, because sometimes it's fun to really look at the details. And Instagram really highly compresses images, and you can't look at it in the same way. So here, that's my drawing. Yes, Elizabeth, they charge more through the app. And that's a fairly recent thing, just the last few months. You subscribe to your subscriptions through the website of Patreon. Yes, go to the website on a desktop or even in a browser. Do not go through the Patreon app. Hello, Martina. This is awesome reference. And just finished, so you can rewind it, go back to the beginning, and start from the beginning. So this is Oda Nobuyoshi from the History Cool Kids account on Instagram. A very, very cool image. So enjoy the replay if you just joined, Martina. And anyone who's made it this far, please put a drawing hand emoji in the chat or in the comments. If you're watching the replay and you've made it this far, please put a drawing hand in the comments. There we go. A bit closer, a bit crispier. Oh yeah, and back to the Patreon thing. So there's the $5 a month, a coffee a month, a bag of coffee a month, and I can drink a lot of coffee. And then there's $10 a month, which gives you access to the tutorials. And I've seen some people also, they'll do the tutorial tier for a while and then go back to the free tier. There's a free tier. I also post some free stuff there. And I totally get like having to be careful with the finances. So yeah, I have seen and think it's cool that some people, they'll join and they'll do some tutorials for a while and then maybe realize they're not getting around to the tutorials and they go back to the free tier or the coffee tier, and then when they feel like it, they go back to the video tier, and kind of moving around between that. And if you have lots of money and want to support me, I will draw something for you every month. And you can have the original. There is the highest tier that I've set, which no one has ever joined yet. But I think for $80 a month, I will draw something for you every month. That's an idea that I have. I put it out there. No one's taken it up yet. But maybe someone watching right now will be like, I want that. I want a drawing of Dylan's every month. Thank you, everyone. PW, Young, thanks for the drawing hand. Kitty, Elizabeth, thank you for those drawing hands. That was it. That was it for today. If you're signed up to Let's Face It, then I will see you in 2 hours and 10 minutes. It's going to be lots of fun. All right. And otherwise, hopefully I'll see you tomorrow or Monday. See how we go with the daily portrait drawing challenge. And if you're not already, please join the Discord server to get the reference and to share your work. And tag me if you're sharing your work on Instagram. I'd love to see it. And if you do that, it will make me happy. Because every time I see these faces that I recognize so well because I've drawn them myself, and then I see them on Instagram, I'm like, oh, that person drew that too. That person drew that too. It's nice. All right. Thanks, everyone.